Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Rob here for Southwest Florida Television. Pretty cloudy morning here in North Naples. I'm down at the south end of Vanderbilt Beach, down by the Turtle Club restaurant, the Vanderbilt Beach Resort, the Ritz-Carlton. $59 degrees. Bit of a breeze coming out of the northeast. Keeping things on the cooler side today. Only going to get up to around 74. Not smelling any red tide. According to the 6 o'clock forecast, very low concentrations of red tide out here. So that is good news. The tide's on its way in. The water temperature is 77 degrees, if you're curious. Not many people wanting to go into the water yet, waiting for that red tide to go away completely. And I don't blame them. Take a little stroll up the beach. Probably going to be a short morning here today. We'll see. It's an okay morning for a nice brisk beach walk, but probably not a day that you want to come out and hang out here working on your suntan. Not expecting the clouds to go away till, maybe start clearing out around 4. Still a few dead fish on the beach here. But again, if you're just tuning in, as far as the smell of that red tide, nada. Haven't smelled a thing so far this morning. By the time that wind really picks up, it's gusting. It speeds up to 24 miles an hour this morning. So it gets a little breezy. Good morning, Pat. Good, how you doing? Good morning, Rose. Rose, thank you for that tip the other day. That was so kind of you. I really appreciate that. You are such a sweetheart. Boy, is that wind picking up. I don't know what it sounds like in this new microphone, but it's blowing pretty hard right now. Hey, hit that share button. Let everybody else see what it looks like out here this morning. I'm really not out here, as you know, for tourism, but I do like keeping you updated as to what's going on at our beach here in North Naples the best I can. If you appreciate my efforts and enjoy my videos, send some stars on Facebook. I get a penny for each star that you send. You can send them to any of my videos that are posted on Facebook. See that little star symbol there on your screen? I think it says give on it. I'm not sure. Depending on what mode you're set in. There's different view modes. I really honestly don't think there's a need for umbrellas here today. I don't think that's necessary. I would say maybe if it was going to rain, but there's rain up to the north of us, up towards Tampa, but not here this morning. But there is rain up by Tampa. Saw it on the radar this morning. Here, no rain, just clouds. That's the only thing in the sky. But if it's snowing at your house, you probably wouldn't mind sitting under one of these umbrellas right now. Anything beats the snow, in my opinion. You can see that breeze blowing the umbrellas there. That wind. Now it's dying down for a little bit. It'll be back. I think I'm going to take a walk over to Gulf Point of Naples, the little timeshare, see if there's anything going on there real quick while I'm down here. See if there's any vehicles maybe out front, some worker vehicles. Wouldn't that be nice? Hey Randy, good morning. I'll look at the back of some of these buildings, just still bare. That place looks awfully quiet, awfully quiet. I don't see any lights on there. What's left of one of the boardwalks that used to be one of the accesses to the beach, all tore up there. Well, there's your Gulf Point. Nothing happening yet. Nothing happening at Gulf Point. These people are getting frustrated. That there's no forward movement here as far as the cleanup goes. Swimming pool just sitting there full of sand. Such a shame, such a shame. I don't see any vehicles here. No construction workers or cleaning crews. Sorry, my Gulf Point friends. Sorry, sorry. Some of the places you can see they got nice green lawns. They're getting their landscape all cleaned up. Others still a mess. It's gonna be a long time. Gonna be a long time before things are all straightened out and looking pretty. Gulf Shore Drive. If you're wondering what road this is Gulf Shore Drive. They'll apply a beach hotel just up the road a spell. A spell. I'll head back over to the beach. Hopefully one of these days I'll come over here and there'll be crews hard at work cleaning the place up. Blackbirds. That's the Floridian Club there. The little blue, with the little blue pointed roof under the coconut palms. A little sunlight hitting the beach right here. Just got a little teeny tiny hole in the clouds. And that was about it. That was about it. Hey Deborah, good morning. Cloudy day here in Paradise. Cloudy morning, cloudy day. At least it's not raining, although we could use some rain. If it's going to be cloudy like this, kind of wish it just would rain. We need the rain so bad. Brad, good morning. Have not smelled the red tide yet. I've been out on the beach since about 7:15. Have not smelled any red tide yet. If you look in the description of this post, the text description, you will find a link where you can click on the red tide forecast. You can bring that up. You'll see a map. You can open that up, and it's got all these little dots on it. And that's the different sampling locations. When you click on one, it brings up the information. Quite handy. This morning when I clicked on it, it was all blue, saying very low concentrations all the way up and down Florida's Gulf Coast. But that changes throughout the day. Let's hope it doesn't, though. That would be awesome. Here on the beach and take a peek at some more of the buildings here, if there's anything going on in the backs of them. I know we have friends that watch that have places in these condos and are curious as to what's going on. As you can see, a lot of them just look deserted. Oh, I do see some lights on. You can hear some banging going on. Hey, puppy. Hi, puppy. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? It's a little cocker of some sort. Springer, maybe? Springer Spaniel. There's only a few condos along here that the shrubbery, some of the shrubbery in the dunes was spared, and this is one of them. It's amazing. Most of them, everything just got swept away. But some of the shrubbery remained here. I can't say the same for their boardwalks and their little access that used to take people over the dunes. This is where this used to be all sea oats here, not just bushes. And you used to have to actually go over boardwalks to get to the beach. All you can see just some of the footings left from the boardwalk here that would take you out to the beach from this place. I said it before, I'm going to say it again, you know, walking along here sometimes gets depressing, looking at all these barely occupied, some not occupied buildings. But there is forward movement, so that's a good thing. Oh, finally got some stars there this morning. Amazing. I was wondering if they were working. If you're just tuning in, I'm just walking north up Vanderbilt Beach on a cloudy Wednesday morning. Gonna be a cloudy day. Actually looks like there could be a little rain out there. Not coming this way though. Just kind of looking at the backs of some of these condos along the beach, seeing what kind of progress is being made as I walk up the beach this morning. People are always curious to see what's going on. Figured might as well do it today. Not smelling any red tide. This place has laid some new grass here, put in some new sod. Got their flag over there. This is what it used to look like. All beautiful, lush landscaping back here. You never used to see, like, there were hedges and things. You would not see the bottoms of these buildings or the swimming pool over here. When you're walking the beach, you wouldn't even see the lower levels of these buildings before Hurricane Ian. Now they're just out there in the open. What's left of another one of the beach accesses. You're like, why is that thing even up there in the air? Because that used to carry you over the dunes, these boardwalks. You used to have to take the boardwalk over the dunes, over top of the sea oats. And as you can see, the dunes are gone, as well as a lot of the boardwalks. Most of the boardwalks. A lot of these buildings, if they're occupied, it might only be 30% or so occupancy, just because of the fact that there might not be elevators in these buildings. The elevators still not working in a lot of them. So you can imagine that poses some problems for a lot of folks. I'll look around again out to the Gulf. Coming up to the La Playa. And they're working hard to get that all rebuilt, renovated, whatever, cleaned up. It is open. I don't know how many rooms they have open, but the La Playa is open. Boy, I'm hoping that red tide's moving out of here finally. Three days now, the smell has not been too bad. I just got a couple whiffs of it yesterday morning. I hope that wind's just blowing it away from us. See, I'm not the only person out here, but not many people out here. I've not been seeing a lot of folks out here walking the beach this morning. Hit that share button. Hit that share button if you're enjoying our time together here this morning. Hopefully you're hearing me okay here. It is windy. I've got a microphone system that I'm using. Hopefully it's helping knock out some of that wind noise. awesome, Mr. Looney. I mean, I'm just walking right into the wind now, Bob. That's amazing. Bob just fired me a text message. Well, good. I'm glad the microphone's working out. It's a little bit of a chore getting it set up in the morning. What I do is, as soon as I get to the beach, I do a little sound check in the morning. I actually do a quick little live feed on Facebook before my official first look at the beach on YouTube. So it's really my secret first look at the beach that I do on Facebook for my sound check. Just because I can see comments easier on Facebook. YouTube, they're hard to see. They're microscopic. So it's like an early morning wake-up call, kind of like our first light on the bridge was. Boy, I'm not seeing a whole lot in the way of dead fish here on the beach this morning. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome. But anyway, now I got another expense. I got to keep buying batteries for this microphone system. It eats up a set of batteries every morning. I could probably get 2 mornings out of it, but if it went dead in the middle of the live feed, I'd be screwed. So it's easier just to put a fresh set in every morning. So if anybody wants to send a tip to go to the battery fund, I want to buy just a big box of batteries online. Big old box of batteries, AAAs. Of course, it doesn't use AA's. It has to use the more expensive AAA's. It's all about size and weight. Took me forever to figure out how to get it to work with the live feeds. Finally, I don't know, I say, maybe if I just shut the Bluetooth off on my phone while I'm live, it will work. And son of a gun, it started working. Works fine with the Bluetooth on if I'm just recording a video, but if I have the Bluetooth on while I'm doing a live feed, the microphone would just cut in and out, in and out, in and out. There's a little receiver that plugs into the phone. It's a wireless mic. I knew you were going to say that, Bob. Bad Bob. Bob Looney's being bad, sending me silly text messages. I knew it. That's something Jan would say, Bob. I'm glad he put it in a text and not in a comment. He's such a clown. But it's really hard finding microphone systems that work in conjunction with a gimbal, because you don't have a lot of space between the phone and the gimbal. So without being able to show it to you, it's hard to explain. But I'm just happy that it's working now and the sound is a little better. That's all. Now I'm working on getting another system like this that comes with 2 microphones. That way, if I'm with somebody, if I want to do a little interview or walk and talk with somebody, I can put a microphone on that person and myself and get some really good stuff. I've been holding off on bringing people along on beach walks for that reason, because you could never hear the other person talking. Also, when I go out to other places like Kauai, Chobe and things, then I can do some decent little interviews. I want to go down to the Naples Train Museum. Check that place out again. It's been a long time since I've been down there. I shared a little video from there that I made quite a few years ago. I'd love to go down there. It's one of those a lot of people don't even know it exists. It's kind of down in the Tin City area. But it's neat. If you got grandkids, they neat big Lionel train display in there. Kids can push some buttons, make things happen. You old timers know about those Lionels. They got a little miniature train that you can ride around the property. It takes you for a couple of laps around the property. That's fun. Little kids love that. Kids of all ages. You see kids of all ages from 1 to 100 on there on that little train going around. It's actually at the old Naples depot where everybody came into Naples by train. The Naples depot. I think the last train rolled out of there. I think it was back in 1951. I'll come up here and take a look at some more of these buildings as we make our way north up the beach. We're just checking on the progress here, see how things are going. There's another one that, well, it looks like they might have planted some new bushes. A couple of these places, like I said earlier, the shrubs survived, which was very odd. Most places lost everything. But no, these are some that survived the storm here. Sort of survived. A lot of brown twigs. But their dunes are still kind of here. I don't know where their pathway to the beach was, if it was right in here. I don't even know what the names of these buildings are. As long as I've been walking this beach, I don't know the names of the condos. I'm not a huge fan of the condos anyway, but it is what it is. And we got a lot of friends that stay in them, that watch here. There is work going on in there. All the lower portion of this place and the place next door, that's a parking garage. That all got flooded, but thankfully it was a parking garage and not residential units. Everything along here, the bottom floors, you know, storm surge was 10 feet coming through here. 10, 12 feet. That's above sea level. So you used to not see these seawalls before the storm. The sand was that high. You can see sand, piles of sand that they dig up out of the pools. They dug. I'm sure that came out of the swimming pool over there, all that sand. The whole street was covered in sand behind these buildings on the other side. It's sad to see this every time I walk by here. These were all residences on the bottom floor, just wiped out. Water went right through them, just right through them. You can look right through them if the windows aren't boarded up on the other side. You can see the light right through them. No walls inside. That's a stairwell there. Some of these units, the waves were lapping up to the second floor. Back over there in a second. Let's give you a look at the water here. If you're just joining, yes, we still have red tide here. Very low concentrations this morning, not smelling anything. Not currently smelling any red tide here this morning. Dealing with cloudy skies, going to be cloudy all day. Maybe clearing around, starting around 4 this afternoon. We'll see what happens. Today's high is only going to get up to, maybe 74. Maybe even less than that, 71 to 74, we'll see. Very quiet here at the beach. Very quiet at the beach this morning. Did see some joggers and whatnots, walkers in there earlier this morning, but it's starting to thin out. It's, you don't like the heat. It's a great morning for walking on the beach. Temperatures probably in the low 60s now. Lights on here. Like I said earlier, some of these places are barely occupied, some not occupied yet. Many of them with no elevators, or maybe one elevator working, so difficult for residents to get up and down, especially considering the age of the population here. You wouldn't want to be carrying groceries up to the top floor there, would you? Feel sorry for the Instacarters. They're probably getting stuck with it. If you're one of those folks that uses Instacart, don't be a cheapskate. I know people that just take advantage of the Instacart to get their heavy groceries or cases of bottled water and things like that, and then they chintz out on the tips. That's kind of rude. You know, with Instacart, the shoppers can choose and pick who they deliver to, and word gets around. Almost down to the north of the beach. I'll do another live feed during my walk back down the beach. Hopefully somebody will be on there with me. Not seeing much action there this morning in the way of stars. Kind of depressing. This place is empty. Man, oh man, empty this morning. Look at that. I gotta pay the old phone bill at midnight tonight. Out of the account comes the phone bill. I don't know what they charged me extra for something this month. I don't know what the hell that was about. You never know. These darn electric cable, all that, the internet. These little secret extras they put on there. Such a bunch of crooks. So if I'm not out here tomorrow morning, it means that the phone bill didn't go through the payment. Somebody was asking about these condos over here, what they looked like. They look like the desert. Yeah, at least all the buildings are standing. I think there's a couple that are questionable here on Vanderbilt Beach, but for the most part, the buildings are all standing strong. Mariah Bay there at the north end. Norwegians Pass State Park up here to the north. Still closed, obviously. Don't ask me when it's going to be open. I don't know. Just like people stop asking me when the red tide's going to go away. I mean, think about it. If people had the answer for that, don't you think it'd be out there? I don't have a crystal ball that I can give you those answers. Look in there, rub it a couple times. Norwegians is going to open up in 2029, January 1st. Who knows? Hopefully it's just sooner than later. That's all I can say. Well, you don't see this too often. North of Vanderbilt Beach, the blue access. Look at it. Don't see this very often. Nobody. Got the place to myself here. It's not weather this morning. Wow. Wow. There's a couple people standing over by the fence, the construction fence, but that's about it. Not one out here. All right, I'm going to come back here. Record report from up here. Share that later. Hopefully I'll see you then. If you sent a couple stars, I didn't get many today, but thank you, those that did send some stars. Hopefully there's a tip or two today. Get that phone bill paid and get some batteries for this new mic. Yeah, man. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for being a friend. Tell your friends about our beach walks in the morning. Invite them to tag along with us. Got plenty of room in our beach family for new members, I can tell you that. Hey, until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay strong. Tally ho, my friends. For Southwest Florida Television, Stan. Bliss.